a year ago, almost to the day, Madeline was in an accident. She was with the babysitter, and she forgot to put her in the car and backed over her.
Oh.
So she was taken to York Hospital and then flown to Hershey Children's Hospital by Lifeline. And that's about a year ago. So this is actually the first time we've been on, and oddly enough, this was going on last year at the same time. And I remember Jen saying that somebody was injured and a child, and this is why you do this.
Oh, we remember
Oh
doing
my
that
God,
story.
it's crazy. I didn't put that connection
Yeah,
together.
Ashley, those stories are the hardest ones to deliver, and you don't think it's going to be you when you hear them, do you?
No.
None of us do, and none of us wish that on anyone. This was one of those cases where it was an incident that just happened. There was, when we first got started with this, remember guys, we thought it was primarily about children born with special needs, and now we find out after all these years that it could be anybody's child, and I'm sorry that you guys had to go through that, but how's she doing now?
She's doing very well now through CMN at the hospital. Yeah, Abby, which is her sister, was 4 at the time, and Child Life was great with her, explaining to Abby what was going on with her sister and giving her coloring books and trying to keep her occupied while we were focusing on Madeline as well.
Boy, that's huge, and I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah, and we did many wagon rides that was sponsored by CMN. I remember seeing that constantly going around and around. The hallways.
Right.
The hours, the days that are spent in the hospital, and when you break them down to the minutes, they can be long.
Very long.
Look how cute that kid. Does she want a donut?
Give her more sugar.
Yeah, give her more sugar for the ride home.
Healthy, have a donut.
You guys listeners to the People's Morning Show before all this? Yeah? Okay, excellent. We appreciate that.
But let him step up then. He's the one that listens. No disrespect to Mom. So did you know we were doing this? And obviously you were listening to this show before you had your incident that you had.
Oh yes, I've been listening for years. I listen to you guys every morning on my way to work.
Okay, so my question to you is, when you're listening to us and you've heard us do this before, you probably never thought you might be in a position where you were going to need the help, right?
Absolutely not.
So let me ask you this now, also too. What would you say to somebody else, as a person from the outside looking in and all of a sudden being a part of this?
I would say that this is one of those things that you never think you're going to need, and when you need it, it's an amazing thing. Just how all these people are here for you. So, I would say, donate as much as you can to help them out. It's a great organization, and they really helped us a lot when we needed them.
The level of just, for lack of a better term, wild accidents and things that happen. The things we hear are unbelievable.
You can't calculate.
It's amazing.
As a parent, you're always in fear. Once you have a child, you don't know that fear that can reside in you until you have a child. Because if it's you, it's one thing. But whatever it is, your child goes outside to play. All of a sudden, you start thinking things you never thought before, and then you kind of calm your mind and go, come on, what are the odds that it's going to happen? Everything's going to be okay. Let them play, let them do this. You have to let them live and you have to let them grow. And then all of a sudden, it changes in an instant. And these systems have to be in place before you need them.
Yeah.
Because you arrived at the hospital, they were ready. They were waiting. They were in place. Children's Miracle Network and Penn State Children's Hospital were prepared for you as much as they possibly could be for you and your circumstance, no matter what it is.
Absolutely, yeah. They were great too. The doctors there, they were very objective at first, and we were scared. I think honestly they were scared too, but they were very, very, very objective. Here's what we might need to do. We'll obviously keep you up to speed with everything that's happening. Once she started to turn that corner, once she started to come out of the woods, that's when we started to see some smiles from the doctors and the staff. And
Nothing worse when that doctor has that face.
You can
that
tell.
doctor face.
You can
I
tell,
hate the
can't
doctor
you?
face.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can.
yeah, it was quite stressful, to say the least.
There's nobody that's an expert at being a parent until you are one, and even then you question your abilities every day. And there's certainly no parent that is wanting to be an expert in the capacity that you guys had to learn how to be one when your child is sick, ill, or injured. And to hear parents come in and talk because they've been through this and articulate what the issues are. It's, again, we're a place you never want to be, but we're glad that you come in and you share your stories because it's really important that everybody knows that it's real and it's here and it's available in our own backyard so that it doesn't take hours or days to get to a hospital that's qualified to take care of your child. And the money stays here with Children's Miracle Network, which is all important.
So important. Thank you guys for joining us, all right?
Well, thank
You're
you.
here.
Are you sure your kid don't want a donut?
She's coloring right
Yeah,
now.
Maddie, you want to say hi?
You want to say hi?
I scared her. I frightened her, as I
Say
do all
hi?
children.
Say hi. No. Say bye. Bye-bye.
As usual, she's like, the whole room is looking.
Do you want a donut? You want a donut, don't you?